Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are going to talk about sort of a new initiative, sort of a reworked initiative to help senior citizens and even those of us who may not think we're senior citizens, but you know, we're getting there. So my guests are from the Senior Center, Linda Kindred and Susan Elswick.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And here we have a staff and a volunteer, which shows you pretty much how Hampton operates.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a lot of folks who help us out. You are calling this Club 55. What does that mean?
Well, it attracts the person who don't want to be classified as a senior.
Baby boomers don't.
no,
you know,
not
even
at
the
all.
ones who are older than me. It's just not a. It's not a cool
Change
thing.
a name. Yeah, Senior Center, huh? So we like to make that change. And gradually, because, you know, people don't like to change, so gradually we want to say Club 55. And like I was saying earlier, 10,000 people every day is turning 65, you know? So we're trying to get on board with the population.
So so it is sort of a reworking of the image of a senior. The image, you really do, you start at 55.
Right, and what we're seeing too is that all of us are living longer, taking better care of them, you know, ourselves, eating right, exercising. We have one person who will be 97. I think at this month,
Gosh.
and she comes 3 times a week, exercising. So that shows you right there.
So what kinds of things are at the Senior Center? What kinds of services do we provide?
Well, exercise every day, line dancing twice a week. We're real big on card games. If you love playing bridge, we have a party bridge, not duplicate bridge, which is a difference.
I don't know the difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
I'm sure there is.
Party bridge is fun, laid back.
Oh, okay.
And then we have pinochle and bid whist and all other different little card games and bingo. And again, the big thing is the card games. People come together, play cards, and exercise.
Now, see, I think people have this image that exercising for seniors is, you know, kind of chair aerobics. It's much more than that because you have such a range of people who come to the center.
Right, and when not just the Senior Center, but the community centers throughout Hampton, they're having Zumba, they're having yoga classes, they're having boot camp, and these are people 55 plus.
Well, certainly I know that, you know, everybody I know from when I worked at the newspaper and now from when I work at the city, when somebody retires, they suddenly have the time to take care of themselves a little better. And everybody looks great 2 years after retirement. You know, the stress is gone. A lot of times they're walking or exercising and putting time into themselves that they used to have to put into the job.
Right, that's right. And like Miss Linda can say, when she comes to the meetings that we have at the center and she helps volunteers. And I know when you come, you see a lot of active people. They don't just sit around.
No, we have the Senior Advisory Committee that meets every first Monday of the month. Then we have Triad that meets the first Tuesday of every month.
And tell people what Triad is. It's kind of an interesting coalition of folks.
Triad is a senior committee that works to do things to help the seasoned adults in the community. We are
like that?
seasoned.
We are, okay.
Yes, we are. And they do anything that they feel like will help the seasoned adults, anything that they need, taking them to the doctor's office, going to help them out at home. A lot of them don't have family nearby, so you call them and check on them. And you do things. I have one senior, she's 92. She'll be 92 Saturday. So go and give her a little birthday party and just, you know, pep her up a little bit. She doesn't have any children and she doesn't have any relatives here. So these are things that we do on a regular basis.
Triad is also a partnership with the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, the fire department and the senior population come together. And actually, I'm real proud to say, in the early 90s, Triad started in Hampton at the senior center on Kickotan Road. Yes.
Well, so why do you volunteer? Like, I mean, personally, what does it mean to you? What prompted you to give of your time like that?
Well, I feel that I need to help others that are less fortunate. And by doing this, I feel like I'm living my life worthwhile if I can help somebody else. I've always volunteered since I was about 15 years old. I've been volunteering, so I enjoy it. I love it. And I've taken care of several family members until they departed, and I'm still taking care of family members. And I just love it, and especially seniors, and I love the youth. I love the youth. So I've been around a while. I try to help them, tell them things that will keep them from making mistakes in life. Sometimes they listen and sometimes they don't, but I do the best that I can, and I enjoy it.
Robin, I must say, she retired, and if it's okay to mention, as a crane operator from the shipyard.
In 2012, with 39 and a half years.
So that's impressive.
Yeah.
And you're still, you know,
Yeah.
like age 40, 45, it looks like to me.
Yeah. Wonderful, huh?
Thank you for the compliment, but I have a son, 47.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
That is, you know, one of the interesting things I think about seniors is that it's, what, 30 more percent of the population probably than that. And it spans people who are very active, very healthy,
Yeah. 50%.
very able to
Yeah.
contribute, but
Yes.
maybe have retired from their day job. But then people who also need some resources, need some
Right.
interaction, can't get out so much on their own. Are their needs different? I mean, how do these two groups interact at the senior center? I mean, how do you cover the needs of someone who's a young retiree and super healthy and someone who's maybe more homebound than that?
Well, you have Linda, who is who's a caregiver and a caretaker, and she will see, let's say, someone who maybe is a little more frail or can't get up. She will assist them. Now, you do have the younger senior who may not have anything to do with the person sitting who can't get up. They just
They do different things. Maybe they do more
Yeah.
of your field trips.
Yes.
They do the more active exercise. But everybody can meet over lunch, right?
sure. Yeah.
most of the time. But what you have to do, a lot of times, you have to talk to them. You have to talk to them, not at them. You have to get them in a conversation, and then you find out some of the things they like to do, what they're interested in, and then that's when you can bring them out. If you just talk to them and find out,
That's right.
a lot of times they just need someone to listen to them. That's all.
It can be very isolating if you live on your own. It doesn't
Yes.
even matter what age you are, but if you're living on your own and you're not going to a job every day, you
That's
know,
right.
you'd get lonely.
Yeah, depression will set in, and you know, depression is hard for people over a certain age, and they don't have loved ones or
That's
family
right.
members or no one checking on them.
And we're such a military area that so many people are transient, and they
yes.
may retire here, their kids aren't here, or you know, people have moved. The world has changed from you care for your family members, but a lot of times folks don't have family here.
That's true.
That is true. But at the senior center, we're like a family, don't you?
We
If
are.
if I
We
don't
are.
see Miss Linda in 2 or 3 weeks, I call her. You know, because you didn't show up at a meeting one day. I said, well, are you okay? You know, because she never misses a meeting. So, yeah, we check each other out. We make sure, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. You doing okay? And we do that with all ages, you know, with all of our different levels of our population.
And a lot of our seniors, they have specialties that they don't even know they have until you talk to them. And then you find out that they do certain things. And I said, oh, that's wonderful. I said, I've got to get you up here to a program or something. And they just love it to death. And then when they come out of their self like they're in a shell. And it's really nice to see them. They're smiling, they're happy, and they feel like they're a part of the family. You're involving them. You give them something to do. If it's nothing but just sitting there talking to you, and you just listen to them. All you have to do is listen to them.
I think there are people in this age group who have never walked into that senior center, who feel nervous about it or shy or whatever it is.
Yes.
What would you say to them? Why should they come in? How would you pitch it to them?
I would say, good morning. How are you feeling today? And it's so good to see you. Come right in. I'm going to have you to sign in, and then I'm going to take you on a tour of the center. And most of the time, they're happy then.
Yeah.
Her voice is so soothing and
beautiful.
calming and
Yes.
welcoming. I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give them a cup of coffee if they drink coffee, and then just take them on a tour and tell them all the different activities that we have. And if it's something that you want to do that you don't think we're doing, tell me about it, and we'll see if we can get that in place. A lot of times they have ideas that we might not have thought about. We go on mystery trips where you don't know where you're going until you get on the bus and you ride, and then you're surprised. We go in the Spirit of Norfolk. We have purse auctions at the center, and we collect canned goods so that we can give them to the food bank. So we do all different kinds of things. Karaoke. Can't even name everything we do, but we have a wonderful time. And we have teas too, and they like that.
That is so nice. So now how does somebody get involved for the first time? Do they just show up?
Just show up.
Fill out a participation form. There's no cost to come to the senior center. Now in the community centers, it's a $20 annual fee, and that gives you an opportunity to participate in what they're offering and the fitness room as well. Now we do have exercise equipment at our facility,
Yes,
but
we do.
Kickotan Road is just come on in, fill out the paperwork, and let me show you around.
That sounds so friendly and wonderful. I can see people need to do that. And it's interesting because I do, some research about who we serve and things like that. So there's a community center in 4 neighborhoods, sort of the 4 quadrants of the city. And those are for people of all ages.
All ages.
And, you've got the opportunity to have, a senior card group or bingo game at some of them. And so you can go to something right in your own neighborhood. But I think what I hear from seniors is that the place on Kickotan is kind of theirs all the time.
It is, and we're like the hub. We're like the hub, and then we reach out to the other professionals at the community centers, letting them know what we're doing, what we're offering, and we come together. We're looking at working more together with all the other community centers and have a big event, a big senior dance or a big senior cookout or a big senior pool party in 2020. Or, we're looking at planning ahead and coming together a little bit better than what we've done in the past to get everybody involved. Because like we said in the beginning, oh, I don't want to go to the senior center.
Makes me feel old.
I don't want to go there. We're going to come together.
I'm shy and I don't want to meet new people. It's hard to do new things the older you get. And so there's those sort of barriers.
Come to the Club 55. Come to the club.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.